standing in endless security lines while your flight time gets closer, having your bags searched, expensive items confiscated, and missing connections. Airport security can turn your dream vacation into a complete disaster before you even board the plane. Do you know the 10 common mistakes that could make your next trip a total security nightmare? Number 10. Forgetting to check TSA liquid rules. Have you ever watched in horror as airport security tosses your expensive face cream or favorite cologne right into the trash? The TSA's 311 rule for liquids remains strictly enforced in 2025, and according to the Transportation Security Administration's official website, thousands of travelers still lose their items daily by forgetting these rules. This famous rule means all your liquids, gels, creams, pastes, and aerosols must be 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters or smaller, and must all fit inside 1 quart-size clear plastic bag. Each person gets just one bag, that's it. While some airports in major cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Atlanta began testing advanced CT scanners in late 2024 that might eventually let you keep liquids in your bag, these machines aren't in most airports yet. The TSA confirms that unless signs at your specific airport say otherwise, you must follow the 311 rule without exception. What many travelers don't realize is that liquids include things you might not think of, like peanut butter, yogurt, and even cream cheese. One family reported missing their flight because they didn't realize the homemade jam in their carry-on counted as a liquid. Here's an insider secret from TSA's social media. If you freeze your liquid solid, they technically count as solids. But beware, they must be completely frozen when going through screening, not partially melted. And medications and baby formula are exempt but must be declared separately to security officers. Don't be that person holding up the line unpacking their overstuffed toiletry bag. Your vacation time is too valuable to waste in security. Number 9. Not checking the prohibited items list. Did you know the heartbreak of watching security confiscate your favorite pocket knife or expensive multi-tool could be completely avoided with just 5 minutes of preparation? According to the Transportation Security Administration's 2025 annual report, security officers confiscate over 4,000 items every day at U.S. airports. That's millions of personal items getting thrown away or confiscated yearly. The Department of Homeland Security estimates that travelers lose over $2 million worth of personal items at security checkpoints each month simply because they didn't check what's allowed. The prohibited items list changes more often than most people realize. In 2025, the TSA added stricter rules about smart luggage with non-removable lithium batteries after several incidents on aircraft. They also added new restrictions on certain power banks that exceed 26,800 milliamp hours, 100 watt-hours capacity because of fire risks. Many travelers are shocked to learn that common everyday items like certain pocket tools, self-defense keychains, and even some snow globes are completely banned. One traveler reported missing an important business meeting because security found his Swiss Army knife that he'd forgotten was attached to his keychain for years. The easiest way to avoid this headache is to visit the TSA's official "What Can I Bring?" tool on their website before every trip. This searchable database is updated regularly and tells you exactly what can go in carry-on bags, checked bags, or what's banned completely. Customs and Border Protection also maintains a separate list for international travelers. Even better, take a screenshot of the TSA's ruling on any questionable items and show it to security if there's confusion. This simple trick has saved many travelers from unnecessarily losing their belongings. Number 8. Arriving too late. Have you ever felt that terrible stomach-dropping panic when you're stuck in a security line that's barely moving while your boarding time gets closer and closer? According to the Federal Aviation Administration's 2025 passenger survey, nearly 100,000 travelers missed their flights last year simply because they didn't allow enough time for security screening. The days of rushing to the airport an hour before your flight are completely gone. Airlines for America, the industry trade organization representing major U.S. airlines, now officially recommends arriving at least 2 hours early for domestic flights and a full 3 hours for international trips. What many travelers don't realize is that security wait times can suddenly spike due to factors completely outside your control. The Department of Homeland Security reports that random security drills, equipment malfunctions, and staff shortages can cause normal 15-minute waits to balloon to over an hour with almost no warning. During holiday travel seasons like Thanksgiving and Christmas, the Transportation Security Administration recommends adding an extra hour to standard arrival times. A family of 4 from Ohio reported missing their $5,000 vacation to Disney World because they arrived just 90 minutes before their flight during spring break, only to find a 2-hour security line. Here's a little-known secret from airport operations staff. Most airports post real-time security wait times on their websites and apps now. Check these before leaving home, and if you see waits longer than 30 minutes, leave immediately. Also, many airports have multiple security checkpoints. Sometimes walking an extra 5 minutes to a different checkpoint can save you an hour in line. Number 7. Wearing complicated clothing. Do you want to be that person everyone in line is glaring at while you struggle with complicated boots, belts, and jewelry at the security checkpoint? According to the Transportation Security Administration's 2025 efficiency report, the average traveler takes 47 seconds to remove shoes, belts, and empty pockets. But travelers wearing complicated clothing like boots with multiple buckles, layered outfits, or lots of jewelry can take over 3 minutes. That's nearly 4 times longer. This doesn't just affect you, it slows down the entire security line. While TSA pre-check members can keep their shoes on, according to the official TSA website, standard security lanes still require shoe removal in most airports nationwide. The Department of Homeland Security confirms that metal detectors remain extremely sensitive in 2025, capable of detecting even small metal pieces like underwire bras, decorative buttons, and small belt buckles. One business traveler reported missing an important meeting because her fashionable boots with multiple zippers and buckles took so long to remove that she got pulled aside for additional screening, causing a 25-minute delay. The TSA recommends wearing slip-on shoes, no laces, pants that stay up without a belt, and minimal jewelry. Experienced travelers know to wear socks without holes to avoid bare feet on the floor, and to avoid clothing with hidden metal components that might trigger sensors. Airport employees share this secret. Put all small items, watch, wallet, phone, keys, into your carry-on bag before you reach the security bins. This simple step can save valuable minutes and prevent the common problem of forgetting personal items in the bins. Number 6. Not organizing electronics properly. Ever watched in frustration as security agents pull apart your entire carefully packed bag just because they spotted your laptop buried under your clothes? According to the Transportation Security Administration's 2025 Security Procedures Manual, electronics organization remains one of the top reasons for secondary bag searches. The latest security scanners can detect electronics, but when items are stacked or hidden, security officers must manually inspect everything. The TSA reported that in 2024, improper electronics packing caused over 1.2 million additional bag searches nationwide. In standard security lanes, not pre-check, you still need to remove laptops, tablets, and any electronic device larger than a cell phone. The Department of Homeland Security clarified in January 2025 that this now includes larger power banks, over 20,000 milliamp hours, gaming consoles, DSLR cameras, and even some electric shavers and hair dryers. A tech executive from Seattle described how she now uses a special electronics-only pouch at the top of her bag. When I reach security, I just pull out one pouch instead of digging through everything. I'm through in seconds while others are still unpacking. When you organize electronics in separate, easy-to-remove pouches, you'll sail through the checkpoint with a confident smile, while others struggle with tangled cords and disorganized bags. Airport security officers reveal that clear mesh pouches work best because they allow screeners to see contents without opening them. Even better, place all electronics in the first bin with nothing on top or underneath. This simple organization trick gets your bins through the scanner faster with fewer stops. Number 5. Forgetting to declare large amounts of cash. If you're carrying more than $10,000 in cash or monetary instruments when traveling internationally, you must declare it. This isn't new for 2025, but enforcement has gotten much stricter. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, now uses more advanced scanning technology to detect large amounts of cash. If caught with undeclared money, you risk having it all seized and facing potential fines or criminal charges. Always fill out the proper customs forms. But money isn't the only thing you need to declare, which brings us to mistake number 4. Number 4. Bringing restricted food items. Have you ever watched in horror as customs agents toss out those delicious foreign chocolates or special snacks you carefully brought back from your trip? According to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection's 2025 Food Restrictions Guide, food seizures at borders have increased by 32% since 2023. The USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service is now using more advanced detection technology, including food-sniffing dogs at major international airports. They report confiscating over 2 million food items in 2024 alone. Fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, seeds, and plants are heavily restricted because they can carry harmful pests and diseases. Even packaged foods can be problematic if they contain certain meat products or raw ingredients. One traveler reported losing $200 worth of specialty cheeses because she didn't realize dairy products needed to be declared. When you take 5 minutes to check the CB piece, bringing agricultural items into the U.S. page before traveling, you'll walk through customs with all your souvenirs intact while others sadly watch their special treats get thrown away. The smartest travelers even take screenshots of allowed items to show agents if there's any confusion. But whatever you do, don't try to hide food items in your luggage. This can result in hefty fines up to $10,000 and could get you flagged for extra screening on future trips. Number 3. Ignoring medication rules. Ever been pulled aside for secondary screening because security spotted unmarked pills in your bag, turning a quick checkpoint into a 45-minute ordeal? According to the Food and Drug Administration's 2025 International Travel Guidelines, medication enforcement at borders has intensified significantly. The DEA reports that thousands of travelers faced delays or had medications confiscated last year simply because they weren't properly labeled or documented. Always keep medications in their original, labeled prescription bottles, never in unmarked pill organizers when going through security. The TSA and CBP both confirm that prescription medications are exempt from liquid restrictions, but must be declared separately. One frequent business traveler described how she now keeps a doctor's note with her prescriptions. Security barely glances at my medications now. I'm through in seconds while others are being questioned. When you follow proper medication procedures, you'll move through checkpoints with total peace of mind while others are nervously trying to explain what's in their pill containers. You'll feel confident knowing your health needs are covered throughout your entire trip. But whatever you do, don't assume medication legal in your home country is automatically legal at your destination. Several common U.S. prescriptions like certain sleep aids and pain medications are strictly controlled substances in countries like Japan and UAE. Number 2. Not checking your ID expiration date. Have you ever felt that sinking feeling when an airline agent points out your ID expired last month and you can't board your flight? According to the Transportation Security Administration's 2025 identification requirements, ID rejection remains one of the top reasons travelers are denied boarding. The Department of Homeland Security confirms that for domestic U.S. flights, a real ID-compliant license or acceptable alternative is now mandatory following the final enforcement deadline in May 2025. Many travelers still don't realize that their regular driver's license might not qualify as a real ID. Look for the star in the upper right corner of your license to confirm. For international travel, most countries require passports valid for at least 6 months beyond your trip dates. Some countries are even stricter. Singapore, Thailand, and parts of the European Union require passports valid for at least 6 months from your planned departure date from their country, not just your arrival date. The State Department reports that thousands of travelers are denied boarding each year because their passport has less than the required validity remaining. One family described being turned away at the gate for their $7,000 European vacation because their child's passport expired in 4 months. Airport staff reveal that ID problems spike during certain times, right after license renewal periods in many states and during summer travel season when many people dust off rarely used passports. The Bureau of Consular Affairs notes that many people don't realize child passports expire after just 5 years, not the 10 years that adult passports last. When you check all travel documents weeks before your trip, you'll stroll through check-in with complete confidence while others are frantically calling relatives to bring alternative ID or rebooking flights at enormous cost. You'll feel that wonderful peace of mind knowing your documents are in perfect order while watching the panic on other travelers' faces. But whatever you do, don't wait until the last minute to renew. Passport processing times can stretch to 8 to 10 weeks during busy travel seasons, and expedited service costs an extra $60 to $100. Even rush passport services can take 2 to 3 weeks, which might not be fast enough if you discover the problem right before your trip. Number 1. Not using mobile passport apps and trusted traveler programs. Do you enjoy spending your vacation time standing in endless airport lines while watching other travelers breeze through special lanes? According to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection's 2025 Traveler Statistics Report, members of trusted traveler programs like Global Entry, Nexus, and Sentry save an average of 47 minutes per entry into the United States. That adds up to nearly 4 hours of saved time on a typical international round trip with connections. The Department of Homeland Security reports that the Mobile Passport Control app has expanded to 40 major airports and now offers premium features that rival Global Entry, including dedicated lanes at many international arrivals halls. The numbers don't lie. TSA PreCheck members clear security in under 5 minutes on average, compared to 27 minutes for standard lanes. According to the TSA's 2025 efficiency report, PreCheck members are also 92% less likely to have to remove shoes, belts, or light jackets, making the entire experience less stressful. Even better, CBP has expanded facial recognition technology to 25 major airports, allowing pre-registered travelers to simply walk through some checkpoints without showing physical documents. One business traveler described, "I went from plane to car rental in 12 minutes using Global Entry and PreCheck, while my co-workers waited over an hour in the regular lines. I had time to grab a coffee and answer emails while they were still waiting to clear customs." The cost is surprisingly reasonable. TSA PreCheck is just $78 for 5 years, while Global Entry is $100 for 5 years. The Mobile Passport Control Basic version remains free, with a premium subscription costing just $15 annually. Airport officials note that the programs have become so popular that at peak travel times, the regular lines can be twice as long as they were in previous years because so many frequent travelers have switched to expedited programs. When you sign up for these programs, you'll sail through airports feeling like a VIP with special access, while others stand frustrated in long, winding lines. You'll walk past the crowds with a smile, maybe even having time to grab a snack or coffee, while others are still waiting to reach the front of the security queue. But whatever you do, don't wait until right before your trip to apply. Processing can take 3 to 4 months for Global Entry approval, and appointment slots fill up quickly in major cities. Many travelers make the mistake of applying, but never completing the required in-person interview, leaving their application stuck in pending status indefinitely. Bonus tip: using airport security line prediction apps. Ever arrived at the airport only to face a security line that snakes through the entire terminal when you're already cutting it close? According to the Federal Aviation Administration's 2025 Passenger Experience Report, unpredictable security wait times are the #1 source of travel stress for American flyers. What many travelers don't know is that there are now powerful apps that can predict security wait times with up to 95% accuracy at major airports. The Transportation Security Administration has partnered with several third-party apps like MyTSA, MeFlight, and FlightAware to provide real-time data feeds on current wait times and predictions for coming hours. These apps use a combination of historical data, current passenger volume, staffing levels, and even weather conditions to generate predictions. Airport operations staff confirm these apps have become remarkably accurate since the introduction of AI-powered crowd monitoring in late 2024. One frequent flyer reported, "I checked the app before leaving home and showed a 45-minute wait at Terminal 5. I left 30 minutes earlier than planned and made my flight with just minutes to spare." When you use these prediction apps, you'll feel completely in control of your airport experience instead of anxiously wondering if you'll make your flight. Your blood pressure stays normal while other travelers are stressing out about whether they'll clear security in time. But whatever you do, don't just check once days before your flight. Security wait times can change dramatically even within a few hours, especially during weather events or holiday travel periods. Many travelers check too early and miss critical updates that could save them from missing their flight. These airport security tips will save you hours of stress on your next trip, so hit that subscribe button now to get all our travel hacks delivered straight to your feed.